In the middle of the high season, they claim that Tulum is a ghost town.
This is what Tulum looks like today, on April 1st, right in the middle of Holy Week, completely empty and without tourists. The worst high season in its history. It looks like an abandoned town. But what happened to this beautiful paradise, where all international and national tourists dreamed of coming to experience the Tuluminati lifestyle, and today it is left alone and abandoned?
Look, this shouldn't surprise us. Ridiculous prices with tacos at 200 pesos, ice cream at 500 pesos, that's more than $25. Just imagine the complete madness, taxis trying to scam people. I mean, it's normal and understandable that people want to go less and less to a place like Tulum.
Empty, restaurants closed and no customers, hotels and apartments below 12% occupancy, many construction projects abandoned halfway. You don't see American tourists on the streets at this time of year. It used to be all parties and joy, and now it's the opposite. It seems like a curse has fallen on this beautiful paradise, now full of sargassum in its worst season, ugly unpaved streets.
Look, I know people who have invested in Tulum and they really regret it. Seriously, it's completely crazy. But anyway, let's see what people are saying here.
Apparently, Tulum isn't doing well at all this Easter vacation because now there's a user here on the internet who has been uploading videos from April 1st and 2nd of this year where Tulum basically looks empty. It looks deserted. There are no tourists, neither foreign nor domestic tourists. Besides, I think it's raining over there right now and there are some flooding or standing water in some areas. And apparently, the authorities have already been asked to fix this and nothing else.
It's important to clarify this isn't just any season. It's Holy Week. I mean, it's supposed to be full of tourists. A whole lot of people from different parts of the world are supposed to be in Tulum. And yes, obviously there must be more tourists than there were in October or November of last year. It's normal, I'm telling you, it's high season, but apparently the situation is still pretty bad. And watch out, it's likely that by the end of this year, the figures will be released. Numbers from Tulum, from Cancun, from Playa del Carmen. And the figures might be better than last year's. That could happen, you know. I actually think it'll happen. However, be careful, don't be fooled. It's a mirage, an illusion. Remember, this year there's a World Cup in Mexico. The World Cup will artificially boost numbers for these tourist spots, making it seem like Tulum has recovered and things are improving. But that's not true. It's very important for people to understand that. Now, from my point of view, the people in charge of tourism in Cancun, Tulum, Playa del Carmen should take this opportunity to give a good impression. It's a great opportunity. The 2026 World Cup, a lot of tourists are going to come. Take advantage of it. Don't try to scam them. Don't try to charge them 200 pesos for tacos. Treat the tourists as they deserve, with dignity and respect. But anyway, let's see what people have to say.
Tumultuarios. Sooner or later, this was bound to happen because the prices they have over there in Tuluminati were really exaggerated. Tumultuarios, of course.
They are really exaggerated. Many times, these prices just don't make sense. Let me remind you that these guys were selling you a 500 milliliter bottle of water for 200 pesos. That is more than 10 US dollars. Incluso miren, aquí yes, water. A large bottle of water for 450 Mexican pesos. I mean, that's just crazy, guys. I mean, just look at this. 450 Mexican pesos converted to dollars. So people know. Just look at this. This, $25. A large bottle of water for $25. What the hell are they thinking? Not even in Dubai, New York, Singapore, or Monaco do they sell water this expensive. Just imagine that. I mean, it's daylight robbery. But this is Tulum. And that's why people are fed up. It's understandable. Let's continue.
While I understand the whole experience they're trying to sell, you also have to understand that even though a lot of foreign tourists come to Tulum, many of those foreign tourists aren't actually that rich or millionaires.
Of course, in fact, many people choose to go to Mexico precisely because they think that due to the exchange rate, Mexico is going to be a cheap, affordable country. And they end up facing a ripoff like what you find in Tulum.
Their currency is stronger than ours, so their money goes further when they visit.
Of course, but the problem is that Tulum apparently has really extreme prices.
But that doesn't mean that all the foreign Tuluminatis who went to that area were loaded with cash. It made sense that eventually both national and foreign tourists would punish them and turn their backs on them, right?
Of course, above all, let me remind you that rankings have come out showing which are the worst tourist destinations in the world. And in the top 10 are Cancun and Playa del Carmen. In the top 10 of the worst tourist destinations in the world. But anyway,
Hopefully, this serves as a lesson to those in Tulum so they can improve their prices and also their customer service. Because one thing is wanting to sell the experience as something super fancy, but we also have to be aware of where and when we are, and you can't be offering everything at such exorbitant prices. Well, you're just going to end up having to close the business.
of course, now there's also another very important problem. This isn't a matter of one person just saying we need to change Tulum. No, no, no. It's a matter for all the residents and citizens there. Let's remember that in Tulum, from the moment you arrive, you run into scammer taxi drivers. Because those guys are scammers. So, just imagine that you're just leaving the airport and a taxi driver is already scamming you. Unbelievable. What kind of experience does that create? Foreigners know they're being scammed. They know it. They're aware that paying $60 for a taxi from the airport to the city is crazy, especially considering the distances. It doesn't make sense.
I see the Tulum area all deserted and empty because we understand that there are people who work there. It's not just the owners, but also the waiters, the cooks. I mean, they have families too. And if there's no work, well, something could happen to their jobs.
Of course, that's very true. There are families who depend on it.
But also, the owners should take this as a lesson so they don't take advantage anymore.
Of course, the problem is that it's not just up to the owners, it's the whole society in general that's causing the Riviera Maya to slowly fall apart. Let's hope it doesn't turn into an Acapulco 2.0 seriously, but they're doing everything possible to make that happen. Now let's continue.
This is how Tulum looks today, March 29th. Completely abandoned, no tourists, and many empty businesses. The nightlife that used to exist has simply disappeared.
Wow, that's intense. By this time, Tulum should already be full of tourists, but it's not. It's completely empty. It doesn't look like high season like in previous years. Hotel occupancy during this time of year was always between 90 and 100%. Look at this, it's incredible. Basically, it shows us that the situation is really critical for Tulum. Today, it's below 15%. No, it's fine that there aren't that many people, but I don't think it's below 15%. I mean, no, that's way too little. No, I don't believe that. Especially considering the season, below 15%, my god, this place is dead. No, that seems too bad to be real. You know, I mean, it's really so bad it doesn't feel real. But anyway, still, it's clear that the situation isn't good in Tulum. Just look at this, guys. Obviously, it's not a very good situation. Let's look at some comments. Here someone says, let's be realistic, Tulum isn't going to recover anymore. Wow. I'm on my way. I'll be there in 20 minutes. I'll let you know if what's being said in these videos is true or not. I mean, that it's empty. And here this person comments, yes, it's empty. Well, just imagine. I mean, it confirms that there aren't that many people in Tulum. Incredible. Don't be like that, guys. We have to support local businesses by paying 200 pesos for a glass of water. My god, it sounds funny, but it's real. Halfway through the video, a taxi driver tried to charge me 500 pesos to get to the next TikTok spot. Unbelievable. I had to pay 280 pesos just to make this comment about Tulum. Thank you. I mean, just imagine. People already have the perception that Tulum is a place where they rip you off for everything. Unbelievable. From downtown Tulum to the airport, a taxi charged me 1,800 pesos. Okay guys, how much is 1,800 in dollars? Let's see exactly how much that is. $100. Highway robbery. Unbelievable. They don't even charge that much from downtown Tokyo to Narita Airport. Just imagine what I'm telling you. We're talking about Tokyo being the world's largest city, so that gives you an idea. Along with Jakarta, I think Jakarta has actually surpassed it. There you have it. Now, what are people saying? They charged me to watch this video. I went in December, and everything is still very expensive. Really? Seriously, these people never learn. Incredible. The problem is their high prices, overcharging. I totally agree. Apparently, Tulum is still in crisis, and I'm not surprised. In fact, let's see. If we go here, people tell us. Tulum is facing a severe tourism crisis at the end of 2025 and the beginning of 2026. That is, it's confirmed that this crisis continues. In fact, people tell us, with occupancy rates below 40%, the lowest figure in 10 years, and deserted beaches. Terrible. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. See you next time. Bye.